Guys, welcome back to another episode of SoCal Watch Reviews, episode 16. We got our special friend Fred from Shaluso, all the way from India. Fred, how's it going?
Good, man. Good. How's everyone doing today?
Everybody's good?
Great.
P on the other line. P, how's it going?
It's going great.
Happy New Year's, guys. It's been a year since we haven't spoken.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been since last decade.
Yeah, that's a long time, Fred.
Ooh.
You got kids now? Did you get married? No, I'm just kidding.
No, surprisingly, it's almost as if only a few days have passed.
Wow, that's crazy. So, Fred, I know in last episode I asked P, we got some watches for Christmas, right, P? Did you get anything for Christmas watch related?
No, I didn't get anything watch related for Christmas, but you know, it was a nice little break. You know, like you read about watches and speak about watches all the time. It was almost nice having like a non-watch Christmas. You know, I feel re-energized to get back into it. So it was
cool.
good though. It was good. What did you guys end up getting?
P?
What did I get? Oh, the Casio World Time.
Oh, nice.
And a vintage Benris from like 1998.
Ooh, very, very nice.
Then I got like some leather straps and some NATO straps. And, you know, I got a few other unrelated watch gifts too, but you know.
Yeah, I gotta get my girlfriend onto buying straps for me.
Yeah.
Or going to the boutique and picking up some free catalogs.
That's true. I would happily take some of those.
Yeah, you don't have to spend any money. Just pretend like you're gonna buy a watch.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What about
all right?
you,
Yes, sir.
I just got that Bulova Lunar Pilot for Christmas.
Yeah, the one that you did the video of.
Yeah, right. I got it a little before Christmas, and the thing about my wife is that I was gonna say girlfriend. Oh God, she'll kill me. No, my wife. The thing about her is that she doesn't know what kind of watches I like, so she doesn't even want to get into that territory. So she's like, okay, we agreed on my gift, and she's like, all right, well, whatever you pick, this is your budget, and run with it. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty much the one that bought it, so it wasn't a surprise, but I was happy nonetheless. I wanted that watch for so long, and it was a good excuse to get it. So
yeah,
absolutely,
that's nice. That's cool.
Yeah, so let's go around, do a wrist check. What are you guys wearing today?
I'll let Fred go first because I'm always excited about his wrist check.
Oh yeah, for sure. What are you wearing, Fred?
I'm wearing my Cartier Pasha C timer.
Of course.
I'm not the most creative person in the world. I always rotate between my watches and always end up wearing the same watch when I speak with you guys. But hopefully this month and next month I'm getting a strap made for it. So hopefully that should change things up for it. It's a pain in the ass because it has the hinge lugs, so you got to get the straps custom made, unless you want to spend like $500 buying an OEM one. So hopefully next month or two I'm gonna get one made. It's gonna cost like $50 or something like that. But for something custom,
that ain't bad.
Yeah,
now,
that ain't bad.
Are you gonna have it custom made locally, like they're in India?
Yeah. There's a guy who's down in Bombay or Mumbai, which is like the other big city in India. And yeah, I'm gonna get that commission through him. So I just have to send like the measurements and all that.
So is it gonna be an actual leather strap or
Yeah. I'm hopefully getting it in that Saffiano leather. So if you know like the leather that Prada always uses, it's got that sort of texture to it. Getting it made in black. I'm thinking black, but then I'm also thinking maybe get it in blue to match the little cabochon that's on the crown. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that blue would be hot.
Yeah, that blue would really.
I think that blue would be hot.
That's kind of cool though. Does the guy have like livestock where he works and he kills it for you and he does the real thing?
No. Yeah, especially being India, I'm pretty certain he imports that cow. Here,
well, if I was getting something commissioned from Mexico and I was getting crocodile, I'm sure the guy would probably be killing the animal right in front of me. ¿Cuántos quieres, carnal? All right.
What did you just say? I don't understand that. Excuse me. Can we please speak English on this podcast?
Get out of my country, Miguel. Get out of my country.
Oh wow. Oh
you took it there.
Oh shit.
This has been episode 16. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the support.
Oh, shit.
I'm just messing around, so just saying, hey, what do you want and how many, basically. But that's very nice, man. So P, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a vintage Seiko model number 64395039.
Okay.
From 81. So
Nice.
yeah,
Quartz auto.
yeah, it's quartz. It's
Okay, cool.
definitely quartz. You know what I
Very
mean?
cool. So what's so special about it? Is it a 40 mil, 38, 36? Whatever.
It's
Talk to me about it.
actually a 34 mil.
Oh,
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
brave,
Yeah,
brave. And
you know what I mean.
well, let the people know how big your wrist is, because for you to rock a 34, you are very confident with your
It
sexuality.
it ain't. It's not that big. I only have a 7 and 2 quarter wrist.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what
not
I'm
big,
saying? It's not
right?
big. It's
Not
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 that
to
big.
not to
You
brag,
know what I'm
not to
saying?
brag, people.
You know, it's you know, but I actually got a strap change on it because I didn't like, the steel bracelets that stretch. Like I felt like it was so ugly on there,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I bought a new leather strap for it. So I think this thing is like, yeah, boggling out of control,
nice,
out of
Nice.
nice.
control,
That's cool. You
out of
know,
control.
something that a lot of new watch collectors probably, if any of you are listening, one thing that you need to kind of think about, and I know Adrian from Bark and Jack actually just made a video about this. Somebody, one of his listeners or viewers, asked, like, I reached that pinnacle in my life where I bought a Rolex, and that was my grail, whatever. But now I feel guilty for liking cheaper watches and wanting to buy them. Is that wrong? And he basically said, look, if you're new into watch collecting, maybe that's your mentality, that once you reach a certain pinnacle and certain whatever, you can't go down, you got to keep going up. And that is completely inaccurate. The thing about
Right,
watches is just like shoes or like clothing. Whatever you like, even if it costs $1 or two or millions of dollars, if it speaks to you, if it's something that you like, who cares? And this is what
right,
this channel is all about. And we always try to align ourselves with people like that,
right,
because we hate snobs and watches are just fun. It's,
right.
don't take it too serious. We got enough crap going on with the missiles and our president doing dumbass things, and it's just
Uh huh.
ridiculous. So all we want to talk
Yeah.
about is watches and just numbers and dials, and who cares? It's all about
Right.
aesthetic. So
What
kudos
I
to you.
noticed is like you had mentioned the small size, like 34 millimeters. Like what I noticed since I've been doing the vintage thing, like back in the day, that was like the standard for a man.
Correct, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah, back in the days, what they used to call a
yeah,
jumbo is now even small in
right.
today's sizing chart
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But I like me at 34. When I used to have my Omega Seamaster, my vintage one. It was a 34. I felt a little weird at first because I was like, "What the heck?" But now I'll rock a 34 any day. But again, I'm not a 7 and whatever inch wrist. I'm
Right.
6 and 7/8. So, Fred, how big is your wrist?
7 or 18 centimeters, I think it is.
Jeez, I'm the
Mm.
smallest guy. I'm the smallest. You
Mm.
know what they say? It's not the size of the wrist. It's
It's the diameter of your bezel.
that's why you only wear Invictus. The big 70 millimeter one. Oh
Fuck, 70
God,
Oh
millimeters.
shit,
How does that even
that's a little
work?
bit.
I
That's a little
don't.
bit too
I
big
saw
for me.
there's a guy in my
That's a fucking sundial. That's not a watch.
there's a guy in my local supermarket. It's called Ralph's. So I don't know if Ralph's is everywhere, but Ralph's supermarket here in California. There's this guy. He's clearly not a watch guy, or he thinks he is. He wears this Nixon watch that's huge. I'm like, what the hell is that? That looks so dumb on his wrist. And that thing it's all dial. It's all that hangs off his wrist. And I'm like, how does he think that he looks cool
Like a
with that?
pancake.
Is he a
It,
big
it,
guy, small guy?
he's a bigger Hispanic guy, but I want to say his wrist is maybe 7 and something. I mean, even if he had a 10-inch wrist, that thing still looked like a monster.
Mm.
It looks like a CD on top of his wrist. I'm like, what the hell is that? Are you? Is that a weapon, or
Mm.
I
Mm.
don't know what
Mm.
that is. And I mean, when you look at the actual dial of it, of course, it has a bunch of different complications, and they try to make it cool, and of course, it's all solid gold, plated or whatever. So I'm like, geez, can you get any more blingy than that? What the heck is going on?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But again, I just said not to criticize people and wear what you like. So that guy clearly took my advice. But
Damn.
what am I wearing today? So I'm wearing something that I never thought I owned, and I do, and is this Pagani design Chinese special watch Oh, that's probably P right there, clapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm too busy cringing at the name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they the Chinese got to take the best of the best from other industries and then pack it into one
Yeah, I just feel it
design.
has like nothing to do with one of the most distinctive, beautiful, well-engineered supercars, and it
Mm.
doesn't seem to have too much design effort in it either. So I just
Yeah.
wonder what they're actually doing.
Well, think about it. It's like they needed that mass market appeal because there's a Quan Chin and the I don't know what else. So that sounds very Chinese. They probably figured people around the world, especially in the Western countries, are probably not going to go for this. So they thought they come up with something different. Now, I do got to say, as a designer and artist, the logo is actually very nice. It
Clearly,
almost
that's the most
reminds.
design that goes into that watch.
There you go. There you go. That's about it. But yeah, Pagani design. So yeah, I never thought I'd wear this thing. I actually have an unboxing on my video, on my unboxing video on my channel, and I was pretty surprised. I mean, for $73 landed here in California, you get a lot for your money. Obviously, it's a complete ripoff of the Rolex Submariner, and I hate homage watches. But the minute that I saw this, I'm like, you know what? This thing is different in a way that it humbles me because I know that this is not a Rolex, but I could I guess not recognize, but just admire all the materials that went into it. I mean, you get ceramic vessel, sapphire crystal,
Mm.
signed crown, 100 meters water resistance, a Seiko NH35 movement, which is hackable, which is windable. It has a date, it has a Cyclops, it has loom, sucks, but it has loom. The bracelet, solid links with screws, deploying clasp with the on the fly adjustable
Oh
clasp,
wow!
which extends. Now it's garbage. The engineering on that is pretty tough and it's really hard, and I'll talk about it in the actual review video. But what I'm trying to say is, 90 click bezel. So
Mm.
yeah, so it's not 120; it's only 90. But nonetheless, for $73,
Is it
uh,
smooth?
Is that
it
including
is.
ship?
Is it
Yeah,
smooth?
yes and yes. So yes, it's
Okay.
smooth, and yes, including shipping, $73. So what I did, I took it off. I put it on one of my nicer straps. I had it on a leather. Now I have it on a Bond NATO, and it just completely changes the watch. Again, this is not me trying to pretend I have a Rolex. Not at all, but I like the aesthetic of it. And to be honest with you, for me to own a Rolex Submariner, it's not going to happen anytime soon. We got so many personal goals in our life, me and my wife, that a watch of this caliber, like a Rolex Submariner, is not even in the in the cards anytime soon. So that's not going to happen. So if I could get the look of it for a fraction of the cost, and if it breaks, I'm not going to cry. And I'm not going to pretend like this is a Rolex. If anything, I even tell people, look, this looks like a Rolex, but check it out. Check the value that you get for what you get, you know? So, do I
Well, one
recommend
good thing
it?
is at least you can try out. So because the sub is one of your like grails, right?
It is. But here's the difference, though. This thing
Good
is a
way to try it
40.
out at least,
Yeah,
like the look of it.
the
Because it's
look
still
of it,
40
right?
mil and all that.
No, that's the unfortunate thing. So, this thing
Oh no,
comes in at 43 millimeters.
43. Okay.
Mm.
43, so it's a little on the bigger side. So 43 and it's 52, I want to say, lug to lug, and it does have a weird lug width. I think it's like a
It
20.
didn't. It
What's
didn't
that?
look that big in the unboxing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was the same dimensions.
no, it's
Yeah.
43. It's 43. So I'll
It's probably the
compare it.
same proportions. That's probably why it doesn't look that much bigger.
Yeah, well,
Like
if
probably
you saw,
like the length to width like, ratio or something is the same.
yeah, probably. Well, if you saw my unboxing video, I had my Seiko SKX 007 on the video. It actually looked very similar, but when you're looking at it like in the flesh, you could tell the differences. But it doesn't look as big as like my Bulova Lunar Pilot, you know. But yeah, no, I'm a Jody from Just One More Watch. I mean, this thing is actually really good. I mean, for the price, you can't go wrong. But again, I mean, it's gripes, right? Like the name. Why did you choose that? And you know, it looks like exactly like a Rolex. You should have done something different. But here's something that Fred and I kind of discussed before: is look, how is it that a company of this caliber, which doesn't have any caliber, is able to produce something with these materials, yet a Seiko, your SKX, which is $200, is missing so many of these features. But of course, their overhead is completely different than this company because this company is probably a fly-by-night company doing things. Well, although they've been around for a few years, but they don't have a design team. They don't have a marketing team. There's just so many things that they don't pay for. That's how they're able to afford this stuff. But nonetheless, it pisses me off because now Seiko, the new Seiko 5 line, right? The SKS is being discontinued now. The Seiko 5 line is coming out. Yeah, it has a better movement, but it's still lacking a ceramic vessel, right? You know, it's a lot of things that it doesn't have. I don't. Does it come with a sapphire crystal? I completely forget. I don't know if it does, but and again, 100-meter water resistance. Another thing, this thing has a screw down crown. The new ones don't, and it's like, what the hell, Seiko? You can't even do that for $350? Like, come on, you got to be kidding me.
Well, I guess that would be the appeal, right? You know what I'm saying? They're giving you everything that someone else is not for a cheaper price.
Yeah, of course. And
You
that
know?
was honestly the appeal for me. It wasn't so much I wanted to stop being a snob. I talk about stay humble in every single one of my videos and single one of my podcasts. You know, we always preach that stay humble, and I was being such a hypocrite by hating homage watches, by hating something. So on paper it looked good. I said, you know what, I need to just kind of put my money where my mouth is and stop being a snob, and I bought it. You know, and I'm actually really surprised with it. So, display case back, I forgot to mention that too. So I could see the movement. Like, what the hell? Like, my mind was just kind of blown by all the crap that it came with, you know? And let's not forget the most important thing, an international warranty card, which we all
It's going to
know.
be so useful. Take it to your local Pagani design dealer today.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. But
So
let's...
as much flack as I give you for it, I do like that you put it on the Bond NATO. Like I can only give so much flack because I have a Steinhardt, which is an homage as well, an homage to a 16710 GMT.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, what I like about it is how is like the more un-Rolex I make it, like, you know, putting it on other straps, or I want to be able to take off the Cyclops on it, but I still haven't found a way to get rid of it. But like that plus the subtle differences it has with the original, and knowing that it's still like, you know, a modern new watch versus getting a vintage one, they do have their advantages, you know. But on the same token, like, fuck, at least Steinhardt made like some subtle changes. Pagani design went for a
No,
let's say a truer homage. We'll put it that
let's
way.
let's just put it this way: if it didn't say Pagani design on it, this would be a replica. You know, well, kind
Yeah.
of, because the display case back is obviously completely different on this, and but other than that, I mean, yeah,
They're really
pretty
pushing
much.
the definition of homage to its like far limits.
Yeah, and then again, that's kind of where do you draw the line, right? And that was kind of
Yeah.
where I was always at. Like, where do you draw the line between homage and replica? Is it just on the logo? Because if it didn't have the logo and they took everything off, it would just look like a straight up just replica. You know what I mean? But it doesn't.
Yeah.
Pagani design is written everywhere. It's on the crown. It's on the back. It's on the dial. It's on the little plastic tab it came with. It's on the microfiber towel they gave you. All international, the everywhere. It's just everywhere. You know what I mean? So they're proud
One
of
thing
their
I do
name.
admire is that they put the you say it had a an extension, like a tool-free extension.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
something you see on a lot of homage watches. Like the clasp is usually where they cut the budget and they just do like the shitty little stamped out clasp. Like even if it's not like well engineered, the one on yours, at least
It's
it's there.
It's not,
Right.
You
but you
know?
know what? Once you open, it's actually a milled clasp, which I was like, "What the
Wow,
heck? This is crazy!"
that's
Like
nice.
all the other ones are just stamped. Like the SKX comes with the most horrid bracelet ever. That Jubilee bracelet, it looks nice, but holy smokes, that thing is cheap. I'm like, how is this Chinese company able to do a better bracelet than you, Seiko? Like this is just, it's upsetting because it's like I love Seiko. I'm a Seiko lover, and it's just this Pagani design is able to beat you at your own game as far as, you know, the materials they use and the detail that goes into this. Like, it's crazy. I mean, maybe they just purchased a big CNC machine and they're cranking out all these cases and everything else, and they don't have a lot of labor over there. I don't know. And the actual, I'm looking at the Cyclops. A lot of them actually just have the Cyclops for show. This one actually does do like a times 2 times 3, so the date actually does magnify, which is very commendable. One weird thing I do have to say, and I don't know about this trend with watches that I've seen, it has two color looms. So the pibs and the ceramic pib on the bezel and the indices are blue, but the hands are green. So I'm like, all right, that's interesting. And the loom sucks. It like sucks really bad. But I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, it's $73, you know. So
Yeah, they had to cut. They had to save some money somewhere.
they had to save money
Right.
somewhere. Yeah. But I gotta say, all right, enough praise with this watch. If you wanna if you want a spec monster, let's just say for less than $80, go check out the Pagani design. They have different colors, black and green and the blue or whatever. If you don't care about an homage watch, that's the route that I will go. I know there's the L'Oreal. There's what else?
Yeah, them L'Oreals actually look kind of nice.
Um, they do and they don't. There was some features on there that I didn't like that I decided to go with this, and I just can't see myself wearing a L'Oreal watch. Being a Oreo lover, I'll be hungry all the time looking at the dials. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, you know. But anyways, enough about this watch. This episode has been the Chinese special. Thank you for listening. No, we're gonna go into Golden Globes. So Golden Globes happened. Last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And GQ actually put out a list.
Wait a minute. Are we doing the shout out still?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what, guys? I'm sorry. Yeah, before we go into the Golden Globes, something really cool happened. So we got a shout out in one of our platforms, the Apple platform podcast. We actually got a comment. So P, take it away. What did somebody say?
This is from Shooter McGavin 13. He said, I'm a novice watch collector. This channel really goes through the pros and cons discussion on different brands of watches. They touch on history topics, which is great. They recommend which watches you should definitely consider purchasing, whether you're on a budget or not.
Yep. And then his title was Awesome Channel. Funny.
Awesome channel, funny.
Funny.
Yeah.
Clearly he was talking about me. But I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Shit.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. How do you feel about that, P? So that's kind of we don't get a lot of, even though we've kind of, put it out there, but
it's definitely inspiring. You know what I mean? That, someone actually watches and appreciate what we do. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just one comment, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's how you gauge for, and it's still inspiring to me. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's so we ask everybody to kind of help us out and put some comments on whatever platform you listen on. And the reason why is because it does help. It's kind of like the algorithm. The more people interact with our channel, the more it gets bumped up and recommended. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We are watch collectors, we're watch lovers, but we want to share our passion with more people. So the fact that we got this really cool comment, and thank you so much, Shooter McGavin 13. We really appreciate this. We're humbled by this. And if we, like I said before, if we get any shout outs from anybody, we'll thank you here on the podcast or on our YouTube channel, because we really do appreciate it. And for all of you, now we're 16 episodes in. This whole podcast thing started as an idea. So I had my YouTube channel and I just felt like I wanted to talk a little bit longer, but a lot of people don't want to watch a video of a guy talking on camera for an hour. It's kind of boring. They just want to have visuals and look at different things. So I figured, you know what? Why don't I do this podcasting? Let me give it a shot. So I started off by myself, but it was very, very difficult to just interact just by myself. I wanted people's opinions. So I started inviting guests, and then next thing you know, I made P a regular. He accepted my invitation to be a co-host. Awesome. And now we're 16 episodes in, and 2020 is going to be big for us. We got some people lined up, amazing people, and of course a regular friend, Fred from Shaluso. It's always
Frizz.
Yep. Fred's super cool. So that's kind of
to be a part of it.
I appreciate it. Or we appreciate it. That's where the channel was. That's where we're going, and we're super excited. We're gonna come strong for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for the comment. So, Fred, anything you want to add? Your honorary co-host. Come on.
I'm just going to add the very mature comment of good to know that you guys are going to be coming strong.
Wow. If you're listening to this with kids in the car, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. Wow. What has this?
I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
That was good. That was good. That was actually good. So, Okay,
Oh
that
man,
was good.
that
But
was
no,
fun.
jokes aside, like yo, you guys have done a great job in 16 episodes, and you guys always have fresh new stuff to talk about. I'm always glad to come on because, like, at the end of the day, it's talking watches. What's more fun than that, apart from maybe buying watches? So
Yeah,
so no, it's really good. And I like what you guys have done, and you can definitely see the progress and how like sort of the formats evolved, and you guys have sort of like a little good rapport. It's always fun to be on the show, and always good to listen to it as well. So congratulations to both of you guys for that comment. Y'all deserve it, and y'all deserve many more. And hopefully 2020 will bring a lot more of it too.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
It's awesome. Very,
yeah.
very cool. So let's get into this Golden Globes right here. So we're on GQ. They put out a list of what they thought was the best of the Golden Globes, and there's some really nice watches here. Now, me being new to watch collecting, about 3 years, to me this was new. Like, oh wow, now they're talking about watches on major platforms and stuff like that. But I'm sure they've covered them before. So I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here and say this is the first time this has happened or second time, because I'm sure they've done it before. But now with watch collectors in the world, obviously this more people know about it. So you guys want to go through the list, kind of break it down, your favorites, your not so
Well,
favorites, kind of go through it.
well, I have three favorites.
All right, talk to me.
First, the Daniel Craig was rocking the Omega Speedmaster
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
automatic in the rose gold. I think this thing is absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and he rocking it for show.
You know what I like about it before you move to your next one? Me personally, and I'm biased about this, I love that the subdials are not at the bottom. They're kind of more
Right.
on the side, and the reason why is because my vintage Speedmaster is the same way. So it's kind of cool to see that aesthetic. So, and rose gold is, I love rose gold. It's not blingy like gold. It's kind of a little more subtle with the rose
Right.
gold. That I think is cool. So
Like, yeah, I like rose gold too, but my only issue with rose gold is that I don't have like a lot of rose gold jewelry to like match the metals.
got it,
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
got
And
it.
yeah, I'm a bit
that's
OCD like that as well. It's like if you can't
right,
match all the medals, then it's like
right.
Really?
Like,
it, it's
because
done.
my shit is like when I wear a Casio, like with the resin, I put on a rubber wedding ring that matches it. You know what I mean?
What?
Like,
No
yeah,
way, Pete. Come on. Are you
yeah,
serious?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Like I have to match everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like you got
you
to match it
know,
with the belt buckle. You got to match it
yeah,
with like
Oh
belt
any
buckle
God.
necklace,
definitely.
bracelet, buttons on your jacket,
Like,
whatever it is.
and
Like I know
I go,
exactly what you mean, Pete. I'm the same.
I go so far as
Matching your
like
underwear.
with my badge that I put on. I match the badge up whether it's silver or gold.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
God.
I mean, like you got to do it like that. And when I see
Yeah.
somebody who don't do that, I just be like, fucking idiot.
The only way you
Like,
can get away with that is if the watch is two tone, because then it's like, all
right,
right, then
yeah.
you're still matching. Because if two
And you
tone
know
watch, then
what?
just two
And you
tone
know
everything
what?
else.
I have an answer for that too because I have another wedding ring in silver and gold. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I got an answer for everything, but I don't
Wow.
have a rose gold answer. Although I love rose gold, I love the way it
Wow.
looks, but I don't have a lot of, you know.
You guys are turning into Alpha M here. What is going on? I'm blown away.
I mean,
I thought I
You
was
is
have to
that
natural.
coordinate, man.
is
You
that a
have to
form of
coordinate.
is that a right? You got to coordinate. Is that a form of snobbery though? Like,
I
would
don't
that be
know.
considered?
To me, that's a form of you guys are very metrosexual. That's what I'm. That's all I
I
gotta say.
I
I
think it is casual OCD.
Casual
Yeah.
OCD. All right, got it. Okay, well, I feel bad now because I have my Bulova that precision is. I think it's rose. Yeah, it's rose
Yeah,
gold,
it's rose
and
gold.
I just wear my wedding ring. It's a tungsten material, or whatever, and I just always rock it. I don't have different ones. It's sick, whatever. So,
Come on, Miguel. Come on,
yeah,
man.
come on.
Step your game up, man. Step your game up.
Oh yeah. Hey, wifey, I'm gonna need a different wedding ring for every single one of my watches. But
Right,
all right,
right.
cool. That's a cool watch. So what else do you? What's on your
Ellen
list?
DeGeneres had on the Patek Philippe 5271P with 58 diamonds in it. I'm not a big diamonds guy.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? But like this thing like totally stood out to me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love the date and the month at the top. You know what I'm saying? At the 12 o'clock. chronograph is all that sun moon phase. You
Yeah.
know,
It's
and
only,
it's on an alligator strap. Come on, man.
and it's only
Yeah,
$270,000. That's it. Yeah.
Right,
bargain.
right,
That's it.
right, right.
It's a very humble
Yeah,
watch for her to wear. She wasn't trying to floss or anything. So
right, right.
that's
And
crazy.
That's a very nice one. I like how they did the diamonds in the bezel. Like it's not too in your face. Like
right,
it's not
They
like a
yeah,
did
it's
full
it,
like
real
bust
subtle.
down one.
and they did it
It's
on the
subtle.
lugs too. Did you see that
Yeah,
on
I
the
was gonna say
lugs?
I love look at like it's almost as if they bend with the lugs, even though they're
Mm-hmm.
still
Mm-hmm.
straight. But like that nice little taper down they do. Like that's how you can tell the difference between, like factory diamonds versus someone who's just bought like, a steel Nautilus and just bust down it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Right. Just ice it out, baby. Yep. It's
the
Hmm.
level of detail and attention to detail is
now,
crazy.
what's interesting to me, and just looking at this style, how crazy they went with having everything be balanced. So if you're looking at the watch, at the what is it, like 4 o'clock, they have the date window, right? So they have the
Right,
date window on the right hand side, but on the left hand side they have this pip. Is it anything? I mean, it matches the circumference of the date, which is
right.
round. I don't know what it is, but it balances the whole thing out. So I don't know what it is. Again, I don't know if it's a function or if it's just glows. If it has luminescence on it. I don't know
Mm.
what it is, but it's cool aesthetically. I'm looking at it and it's like it balances the whole thing out. I'm a big fan of square pushers on chronographs. I think it gives you a vintage aesthetic. It's a beautiful watch. It's a beautiful
I,
watch.
I think that little circle that you mean like next to the date subdial, it's a day night indicator. I think because it's a perpetual calendar. So the one on the
Yeah.
right, that's for whether like which year it is in the leap year cycle. So I think the other one is the day night indicator,
Is
so
it?
you know
All
like
right.
Oh, okay.
when not set it.
That's super cool, man. So what's the next one, P?
Nicholas Braun had on an Omega DeVille Trezor Master Coaxial chronometer bezel, lined with diamonds.
I
Like,
don't know, man. That looks a little girly to me, no? With the because of
you
the
think
diamonds,
so?
because of the diamonds. Other than that,
Nah,
I think so. Other than that, it looks very classy. But those diamonds
nah,
to me just make it look a little girly.
I think it just
nah.
manages to like tread the edge, like
Mm,
it's just dressy, in my opinion. I think you
Right.
can still pull it off as a guy. Obviously, a girl would look fine with it as well.
really?
But
Mm.
Oh
again,
yeah.
another example, and that's the thing with factory diamonds is they do them just right. They know their watches, they know what they can get away with.
Right.
Like,
And for me, it just kind of proved that Omega could still make a dope dress watch.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah, they
mean?
really
So
don't
yeah.
show enough love to the Omega dress watches, but stuff like the
Right.
DeVilles and the Trezors, and like some of them are really nice. Like the DeVille Hour Vision, I fucking love that shit. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen it. It's got the little sapphire on the sides, so you can actually see through the whole watch. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a
And they
fan of
still
that
make them
one.
to the same high standard as well. Like the movements are still good. They're still super accurate. The master chronometer, most of them will still have like 100 meters water resistance. So even their dress watches, like you can still use them every day with no problem.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So
All
those
right,
are like my three
nice, nice. All
right
right,
there.
Fred. What about you? What do you got?
For me, first one is the same that Speedmaster that Daniel Craig wore. You
Hmm.
can tell that Daniel Craig's in like Bond mode, Bond promotion mode,
Mm-hmm.
Of
because
course,
lately he's only been spotted with Omegas. When he's on like his off seasons, then he wears his Rolexes. Like he's a big watch guy, but you know that he's in Bond mode because he's wearing
of
a ton of
course.
Omegas. Obviously, he has to honor that
Represent.
sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
Um, for me, another one that stood out though was Jason Momoa's Cartier Ballon Bleu on a nice strap, and like you think about it, he's a pretty rough dude. I mean, the man's Aquaman, right? He's
Yeah.
like
Right.
big,
Right.
rugged, all that, and then he
Right.
has this classy watch. I
Now
like the Ballon Bleu because it's such a distinctive design. You
let's
know,
let's talk about it. So something that strikes me that kind of like just the minute I saw it, I couldn't take my eyes off of it, and I'm like, this reminds me of the Crash, right? It looks that 3 o'clock.
yeah,
As you see
at 3 o'clock.
see how it's just pushed in, and it just kind of distorts the whole dial for you, and it's so cool. It's so abstract that it has an appeal to it. It's like a classy watch, but then you look at that and it's like, but we don't take ourselves too serious. To me that's what it represents. I,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
know.
if
I
you
might be
look
completely wrong, but
And then if you look at that little the sort of the minutes track,
Yeah.
the shape that kind of makes it kind of looks like Pac-Man is eating the 3. So like I think
Mm.
even that,
Oh.
I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
they did that on purpose, but it's still like I'm sure. I hope I'm
Hmm.
not the only one who's noticed that. But if someone else
Yeah, I
did,
see
I
that.
can't
someone in
unsee
cartoon was
it.
probably like, "Oh, we'll keep making it anyway," you know.
Yeah.
And then of course there's that guilloche on the middle, which is beautiful. Like
Beautiful, right? Yeah, yeah.
I
What
know
is the
from
size
my own
on it?
experience, just Cartier makes some dials that have so much texture and like depth to them. Like it's something else. Like the level of detail on some of these dials, and on this one, it's amazing.
Yeah.
What's the size on it?
Looks like a 36, 38, no?
They do them in a few sizes, but yeah, I think see a 36 or maybe like a 38, 39, something like that.
And
I'd
he a
have to
big
look up.
guy too. He's a big
Yeah.
guy too. Shit.
Yeah, he's like me. He's like 6'5", 6'6". That's a
Just
joke,
like you,
everybody.
Miguel.
That's a joke because I'm like 5'5", right? Whatever. Yeah, it's
And then the last one is Stellan Skarsgård's JLC Reverso. That I think because like that is in my view the best dress watch there is.
oh yeah,
Like
oh
it's
yeah.
so classy, the styling on it. You know, I love like even just the shape of it. The fact that like when you look at it straight on, it looks rectangular, but if you look at it in profile, you can see it's still got some roundness to it. Um,
Mm.
it's a beautiful watch, and I've seen this one in person in the rose gold, and they do a really nice tone of rose gold. Because the thing with rose gold is that like it's not everyone has the same rose gold. You know, Omega has their Sedna, Hublot has their King Gold, Rolex has its Ever Rose. Like they're all different shades, and JLC does a killer rose gold. Like
Mm.
that's a nice watch.
Yeah. Now, is this the actual reversal that the back is just completely plain, or is this kind of like the one with the dual
This one looks
dial?
like a dual face.
Is it? It's
Um,
pretty cool. It's like a
yeah,
GMT, right? You have it set on different
yeah,
times, and you just flip it over. That's
yeah.
super
So it
cool.
probably has a darker face on the other
Who
side.
knew that Pennywise's father had such good taste? Huh?
Mm. Wow.
You guys know that? Yeah, that this guy's the dad of Penny, of the guy that plays Pennywise.
You
Yeah.
know, I had just gotten like all those like annoying clown images from all the marketing of it out of my head, and now you
Sorry,
just had
Fred.
to bring
Mm.
them back.
Sorry, Fred. I could just picture
You fucked up my
Pennywise.
sleep for the next few weeks. Hope you're happy.
Now that'll be pretty cool. What watch would Pennywise wear? Well, now we know. Something along the lines of a reverso. He's very classy when he kills children.
Nah, I figured it'd be a Invictus Sea Hunter 70 millimeters, bust somebody upside the head with it. Definitely Pennywise.
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go. So you guys picked your favorite. So I wanna go my least favorites. How about that? So this is Kieran Culkin. Well, I don't know. Chopard, LUCXP is skeleton. That thing looks horrible. I don't like skeleton watches. Some are really cool, like the ProPilot X from Oris. I really like that. But this thing, to me, it looks cheap, and I'm sure it's not cheap. I'm sure it's really expensive. But to me, it just looks off. What do you guys think? It just doesn't do it for me.
It looked real minimal to me. It's okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rock it, but
Weirdly, like
you know.
normally skeleton watches, I find they either like love them or hate them. This
Mm-hmm.
is one of the few skeleton watches I've looked at. I'm just like, I don't really feel one way or the other about it. It
Really?
doesn't jump out to me.
I don't like it.
I mean, when
Um,
I was looking at this list, I just kind of breezed past it.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you
You
just
know,
breeze past it. It kind of,
right?
which is surprising for a skeleton watch because, like I said, usually they're like either you really like them or you really don't. For
Right,
me,
right,
it's
right.
you just scroll right past.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the other one I don't like, and I might get some different opinions, but and it was hot back in the days. This is circa 2008, so this guy definitely didn't wear a new one. Is Kevin Pollak, that Frank Muller Conquistador King Tormina, black dial, pink numerals, and of course very Frank Muller way with that kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, how do you guys feel about Frank Muller? I mean, they used to be hot back in the days, and then they kind of went away a little bit, you know. But what do you guys think?
It's okay. I don't like the numerals on there. I don't like that. It's
Whenever I
mm-mm.
see a Frank Miller like this that isn't a crazy hours, because like I love this numeral style, but it makes so much more sense when it's a crazy hours and the numbers are all scrambled.
Right.
I just feel like this would be like, if you have like an S63 Mercedes and you pull up next to someone who has an S65. It's like you just know that better one is there, and this just feels like that. It's like Frank Miller light. It's like just not quite there. If it was the Crazy Hours, I think it would be cool. But for this, yeah, it's kind of a miss on me. Like it has like
And
the
it's,
extravagance by having the pink numbers, but it's like
I was just
Frank Miller.
about to
You
say
can go
that. Is that
crazier.
pink? Is that pink or?
It's like
It looks pink.
fuchsia. I don't know, man. Yeah,
I
this
just feel you
is.
could have gone crazier.
Yeah. This is not a Budweiser, it's a Bud Light. So I got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Loud and clear. So last one, not that I don't like it, and I know we wanted to touch about a little bit on this. What we noticed on the red carpet is that not everybody was wearing hyped watches, except for this one guy on this list, Orlando Bloom. Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi on the Jubilee, normally known as a bad girl. A lot of people don't like that name. Whatever, that's what people call it. I think it's a beautiful watch, but he is the only one rocking this thing where you would think celebrities would be rocking the latest and greatest and things that people can't get, and they just don't care. This is the only guy that kind of worried. I'm sure there's other people, but I'm just going based on this list. GQ. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on this?
I mean, does that even match what he's wearing? Like,
it doesn't.
I feel like it's kind of. I mean, I like the watch, but I don't think it matches like his decor.
Well, that's how.
Yeah, like it definitely does look good. Like you look at just like his hand sticking out of the cuff, it goes well with a suit, which I think was part of like the Jubilee does dress it up a bit. But for something that's this sort of formality, like it will go more with like a business suit,
Right.
something that's like a formal event as opposed to like a business event. It looks a bit out of place, But a lot of that's gonna happen with a lot of metal bracelet watches. I think it's hard to pull off a metal bracelet watch. It's something that looks formal.
Well, then again,
Like in my opinion, at least.
Look, Bond was able to do a dive watch with a tuxedo, so a lot of these guys take that approach where it's not even faux pas anymore. They're like, "Who cares? Screw you! I have the latest and greatest and something that nobody can get." And this,
but a lot depends on which one. Like
That's true.
when he wears the Seamaster. Okay, the Planet Ocean looks really out of place, but somehow he still pulls it off. But like you look at the Seamaster 300, for example, that still has a dressier feel, especially like when Pierce Brosnan was wearing it. He showed that. But something like a Supercase GMT, the Jubilee helps it out in looking more dressy, but I still think that sort of chunkiness makes it just a little bit, not faux pas, but it just like Pete said, it doesn't quite match what he's wearing. It doesn't quite match the hair.
Yeah.
And then I think we kind of expect that type from Bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type. I think we expect that from him, but this right here.
Yeah. What does Legolas need 2 time zones for?
Right. You know what I mean?
Well, he has
lovers. Know what time it is in Mordor?
Well, he has lovers everywhere. It
don't,
has Orlando Bloom.
Don't time slow down in Mordor?
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Wasn't the guy dating? Is he still dating Katy Perry?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm just saying because the guy. I don't know if he lives here in the U.S. Maybe he needs to keep his lover on check. I don't know. But so overall take, what do you guys think of celebrities and their watches and what they wore? For once, I'm impressed. A lot of these watches are heavy hitting. We didn't even touch about Rami Malek. He's wearing a Tank Solo, very classic, right? Who else did we not touch on? I think we touched everybody.
Pretty much.
We're on a roll today.
Pretty much.
Yep. So you're gonna be coming strong and touching everybody, huh?
Fred, man, chill out with that shit, man.
Hey, these are Miguel's words, not mine. I'm repeating them.
Just gotta wear it out. Just gotta wait. 2020 is our year, guys. The year we get censored. But
I want to say that there's not that many surprises, though, in my opinion.
Really?
There's some good watches, but I guess the closest would be that Speedmaster, for the most part, because I didn't actually know they made that one in rose gold. But a lot of these, while cool and great watches, they're not that surprising because a lot of them are still dress watches. A lot of them are still like nice and classy. Like there's nothing that jumps out, like to me at least, apart from the Speedmaster again. But I think that's more because I just didn't know that particular version of the Speedmaster and Rose Gold existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I can say, besides Orlando Bloom, that the watches pretty much matched
Yeah, they all
the
matched the occasion
outfits.
without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Yeah,
Orlando Bloom tripping.
overall, I think it's pretty good list, pretty solid. And I think through the years, as more watch collectors come out, and not only that, but maybe the stylists are with Houdinki and so many different publications, a blog to watch, and different YouTubers such as ourselves. We're so popular that all these stylists are going to be looking for us. Looking to us for advice and maybe dressing up these people, and they're going to go with some classy stuff like Rami Malek. I mean, Cartier tank. You can't go wrong with that. So
That
such
is
a
actually
classy,
that's nice. That is
such a
nice.
classy design. I mean, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Back in the days, a few years, you would see nothing but blinged out watches on the red carpet with the whole rapper trend and I'm dripping in diamonds and this and that. A lot of these watches, they're very subtle. I mean, and the diamonds that we did see, they were factory sets. So I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at. But anyways, guys, I need to be transparent with our audience here. The main topic of this episode was going to be the Omega Speedmaster 321 that just came out. Unfortunately, we're 51 minutes into our podcast. So all we talked about was our wrist check, some things, the Golden Globes, funny stuff. But tell you what, we will make another episode. I promise you, with the Omega 321. We'll talk about it, and that we'll dedicate a whole episode to that. What do you guys think, Fred?
That works.
P.
That works.
Absolutely.
That works.
Well, before signing off, why don't we talk about other things? You know, what do anything you want to recommend? Any movie you saw? Any video? Whatever you guys recommend. P, you're a guest. I mean, Fred, you're a guest. You want to start us off? Something
Fred
else?
is not a guest. Fred is not a guest.
Okay. He's not the guest. But Fred, you want to go first?
I'm more like one of those relatives that just keeps popping up all the time.
You're that uncle, that annoying uncle nobody likes. No, just kidding. Yeah, we keep inviting you back.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be that annoying. Other stuff. What I just finished watching season 3 of this show on Netflix called La Casa de Papel. I think it's Money Heist in English.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good show. If you're into heist movies and watching people steal stuff and seeing elaborate plans and seeing how they go wrong and seeing all the twists and turns, I definitely recommend that. I do have to do a disclaimer and caution you though, it's highly addictive.
Oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good, Pete.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't really watch any. Well, I started I started watching the Star Wars, the Clone Wars again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
You know
a
what I
good.
mean?
Wait, is it the Disney app?
You know.
The Disney Plus? Or?
Yeah, the Disney Plus app. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that the one
That's
you're?
such an underrated show in my opinion.
Is that the one you're getting from the black box because you don't want to pay for it? Oh, sorry. Was I not supposed to say that? Whoops.
Oh, the shade. The shade is
fired.
real.
Dang.
Real.
Let's just finish it off.
Yeah.
Stay humble, my friend.
Listen, Miguel, it's 2020.
Right.
We have to be respectful, okay? I'm sure he just uses someone else's username.
Right. And it's coming hard. But
I mean, that's what I do at least.
right. Yeah. And then I listened to Redman. I don't know if y'all familiar with him,
Yeah,
the rapper
course.
Redman.
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
He ain't in Wu-Tang. He down
I'm
with
sorry.
Wu-Tang,
I'm
but he
sorry.
ain't in Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
You
it's
thinking
not Method
Man.
Man. It's not Method Man. I'm sorry. I got
Redman.
my rappers
Redman.
confused.
He got a new album out, and it's called 3 Joints, and it's only 3 songs on the album.
No way.
But but all 3 songs are bangers.
So they're like 20 minutes long each, or what are we talking?
Nah, it's just regular. You know what I'm saying? Time length.
Wow.
5-6 minutes.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But it gives you the thing of quality before quantity. You know what I'm saying? All 3 tracks.
Now, is it storytelling where he starts off one song and finishes, or they're all kind of completely their own?
All 3 of them are storytelling songs.
Oh, okay. So any notable quotes from any of the songs that kind of stuck with you?
Yeah.
It's okay if you say the N-word. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't ask me to buy you shit or I slap your ass.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Don't ask me Can I get you weed? I'll slap your ass. Don't ask me for Louis or Gucci. I'll slap your ass.
Wow.
I
Yo,
can so picture Redman saying that.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
something
yeah,
about his delivery that, like, you just can't help but laugh when he says this shit.
yeah.
He's funny. He is hilarious. Yeah.
So
Did he
you
have a
know,
Method Man feature on it?
no, it was all him.
It was
All
just all
It was
him.
him.
all him. Now I
Because
would
I
have been
love
really
when him and Method Man
disappointed.
rap together. Like, both the
Yeah,
Blackout albums,
yeah, the Blackout. Yeah,
dope.
those hot. But
What?
like, I would have been disappointed if he would have had any features because it's 3 tracks, and with 3 tracks, I only want to hear Method Man. I mean, Redman. Damn.
That's true, but the
But
only feature you could probably forgive is if it was a Method Man
Yeah,
feature.
of course.
yeah, for sure, yeah,
When they collaborate, it's
absolutely.
amazing. Especially like on Screen
Oh
Was
yeah,
it How High? Was it that movie they made
Yeah, that was
together?
yeah.
funny,
How high?
bro.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, they are hilarious. Those guys are funny as hell.
And surprisingly, they doing a How High too.
No way. That's gonna be
Yeah,
But
fun.
apparently
but
wasn't
but it's not gonna be Method and Redman though.
it supposed to be Lil Yachty
Bruh.
and someone
Yeah,
else?
Lil Yachty and DC
Oh,
Young Fly.
oh God, oh
You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what I'm
God.
not so
saying? So
same man.
I'm not really feeling that. You
Mumble
know.
rap.
So
No thanks.
yeah.
All right,
So
so my turn. I'm gonna keep it PG. So yesterday, spent some good quality time with the fam, my wife, my 4-year-old, and we threw on Netflix, right? And we watched Pets 2, the Secret Life of Pets 2, and I was like, oh God, all right. I took out my phone. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna browse the internet here where they watched this thing. But I was like, all right, started watching it. Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, some other voices are on there, and it was actually really funny. I found myself laughing more than I like to admit, which is weird for me watching a cartoon, or an
it's
animated
so
film.
it's okay, Miguel. Like
Yeah, I mean, we all
just
know you're a
bring
very
out
serious person, Miguel.
your inner sensitivity, man. It's cool,
Well,
man. It's all right.
I'm so angry all the time, P. All right, that's how I like being. I'm insensitive. I don't have a child in me. I hate it. I'm like the Grinch of cartoons. No, I'm just kidding. No. It was surprising. I mean, it was cool. It was funny. I recommend it. It's on Netflix. So anybody that either pays for Netflix or borrows somebody else's subscription, check it out. I recommend it. And then if you want to go raunchy, there's a show on there called The Despicables, or it's a comedy show. It's like a special with a bunch of comics.
Mm.
The something with a D. I'm sorry. That's how prepared I was for this episode. And they just have a bunch of different comedians, and they're just raunchy as hell. Like, I haven't really heard
Mm.
comedy like that in a long time. They talk about school shootings and suicide and things that, I mean, people don't talk about those things because they're taboo. People are joking about it, and it's like, I can't even repeat some of the things that will get people will be really upset about some of those jokes. But yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, I think as far as comedians go, they're starting to like really come out of that shell of being politically correct,
Oh, there you go with the
and
coming again.
you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
yeah,
Coming out of there. Yeah, yeah,
coming out. No, but
yeah.
this political climate is just kind of crazy, and that's actually one of those comedians.
I think it's what's bringing it out, though. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
political climate.
That and also, but I feel like there's been a bit of a renaissance of like some of the classic comedians. Like you see Eddie Murphy's making a comeback.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Chappelle's had a bit of a comeback as well, and I think they're sort of reminding us, like not to take life so seriously, not to
Right,
take everything so seriously as well. Because fuck, they made their careers on, making jokes about all the stuff now that it's like,
right,
if you mention something that's like even remotely sounding like sexist, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa,
right.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah. I mean,
What you
like
doing?
Dave Chappelle, like I think
Yeah.
arguably he had the best special last year, the Sticks and Stones.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
that was
funny.
You know
funny
what I
as
mean?
hell.
Yeah.
That was classic. So
That was pretty funny. No, but I recommend. I'm trying to find it. I'm on Netflix right now online. I'm trying to find the name of it, but I can't. It just escapes me. But it's a pretty new thing that just came out. It's season 2, but yeah, it's raunchy as hell, and it's one of those things where it's like, not too long ago, Kevin Hart had to step down from the Oscars, right, because of old tweets. But oh man, these other people talk about different things, and it's just we need to change. We need to change and be so sensitive. I remember growing up in the early '90s, '80s. I mean, homophobic slurs left and right, and this and that, and nobody really cared. Now, was it the right thing to do? Was it unsensitive and for people? Of course it was. But you need to tone it down. It's like we're not. Especially
And
with
also,
comics, it's just a joke.
yeah, exactly. I think that's the most important thing. When people hold comedians to the standard of people who are supposed to be taken seriously. The nature
Right,
of a
right,
comedian is, it's a joke. It's like there
right,
in the job description. Tell jokes.
right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
for
and people
sure.
hold that to the standard of, well, to a higher standard than we hold like our politicians, for example.
Right. But a comedian, I think, is really special because they can say things in a way to be dropping knowledge, but at the same time make it funny.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Which, you know what I'm saying? I think we need that sometimes. You
And
know.
also sometimes I think like it shows a little bit of the ridiculousness of some of the ugly things they're saying. Like to
Right.
say, for example, a homophobic slur or like a homophobic joke. It's like it shows the ridiculousness of discriminating against someone for their preference.
Right.
It's a
Right.
ridiculous notion. It's so in that sense, I think it's a really powerful tool to sort of disarm some of this stuff and show that it's not really worth doing it seriously, but it's fine. But like in the context of a joke.
Right.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
Well,
be interesting to
I
see
found the
where that goes.
yeah, I found the title. It's called The Degenerates. It's definitely TVMA.
Degenerate.
Yeah, you got starring Brad Williams, Christina Pasicki. I'm sorry, Big J Oakstern. I mean, it was very funny. It was very funny. But if you're easily offended, then don't watch it. But if you're like us and don't care, and you just don't take yourself too serious and check it out. But yeah, definitely recommend that. So there you go, episode. Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys, for joining me, P, Fred, and thank you all
Yeah.
so much for listening to us. Just ramble and joke around. This is a lot of fun for us. So yeah, any parting words, you guys?
Miguel, where can we find you?
Absolutely. There you go. I keep forgetting. Fred, where can they find you?
Well, thank you for mentioning that, Miguel.
Yes.
Crap.
Crap.
Y'all can find me at Shaluso on everything, pretty much. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course. LinkedIn now as well.
Ooh.
Really pro now, huh?
Now, do you
Yeah.
mind spelling that for the people, just the Shaluso, so they know exactly
Yeah.
how to?
So that is SHAHLUSSO.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And you're almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
60 something by my last check.
That's awesome, man.
So
Congrats.
almost there.
Congrats.
Oh man,
Yes,
thanks
sir.
to both of you guys for
Absolutely.
providing me a
Absolutely.
platform to hopefully to reach out to more people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll be happy to keep being on it and also using my platform to highlight you guys because I think what you guys do is really special.
I appreciate
and just
that.
like in the way that it provides something different. At the end of the day, there's so many fucking watch channels out there.
Yeah.
We're all out here trying to do something that still embraces what we love, but we still do it in our own way. So where can they find you?
P, where can they find you?
Ross Wristwatch.
Oh, God.
Oh man, Ross Wristwatch Love everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just everywhere.
Hey, so
And
they-
Google Plus.
And Google Plus. Hey, do you mind sharing with the listeners? P, we just launched the Facebook
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah, SoCal Watch Reviews podcast on Facebook.
Yeah, let's start it up. Let's start it up.
Go check that out. You know what I'm saying? It's in the infancy stages right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're about to get it popping.
It's
sure.
okay. It's okay. It's TV.
Sure.
It's rated MA. So go on there if you
Right.
want to curse, you want to do whatever you want to
Right.
talk about. We
Right.
won't block you. You want to talk smack on people, we won't block you. Whatever.
No.
We could care less. So
We got all kind of shit going on.
yeah. There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
And then
Things we can't say on our YouTube channels.
and podcast because we try to keep
And
it PG.
podcast.
We try to keep it PG as much as we can.
Yeah.
But
Because we're coming hard.
oh god, there we go again. We are this
and touching everything apparently.
Yeah,
We're touching everyone.
this episode
Which
is
was
going to
it,
be
Miguel?
blocked. So lastly, me, of course, SoCal Watch Reviews on Instagram, SoCal Watch Reviews on YouTube. Just did an unboxing of this Chinese special. Have the review coming soon. And of course, I post every single one of these podcasts on there. So if you rather listen to your podcast via YouTube, some people do, go ahead and do so. And we all, well, not all, not Fred, but P and I both do it on our YouTube channel. So we'll post the videos up and you can listen to them there. But yeah, follow us, support us. This is fun, and that's all we got to say. So as always, my friends, stay humble. Thank you, guys.